Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting polynomials. So you will see a polynomial or two polynomials or three polynomials, and there will be certain operations that go on in between it. The big key on these types of problems is to identify what is in between the polynomials. And so each parenthesis is a polynomial. The sign in between is going to be very important in terms of what we do with that. So on this one, it's addition. If it's addition, I think of it as this grouping, and then we're adding the second grouping. I kind of think of it as like two different soups that we combine. So we take this one, we pour it in, we take this one, we pour it in, and we have to combine things that go together. So certain things are going to cling together, and that's kind of the way that I look at it. So in terms of adding these together, we're really just taking the first one and adding the second one to it. So the combining like terms idea is really what comes in. So I see an x to the third and an x to the third. I'm very aware of the signs that are to the left, so negative 45x to the third and 3x to the third. If I put those two together, I combine those like terms, I get negative 45 plus 3, which is negative 42 x to the third. So I check those guys off. Now I have a negative 2x and a positive 9x. When I put those two together, I combine those, I get positive 7x. I like to check those off. And then I have 6x squared, doesn't have anything that goes with it. It's positive 6x squared, that sign stays. And then the last thing is negative 1, also does not have a like term. So when I think of addition, I think of combining like terms. Take every like term in the first, combine it with its like term in the second. And this is fully simplified. There's no other terms that can go together with that. The second type is going to be a subtraction problem. And on the subtraction problem, you see the subtraction here. But what I think of is I think of this red parenthesis, this red polynomial, as being subtracted. So we have to subtract every piece or every term within there. So we have to subtract the negative 2x to the third. We have to subtract the 9x squared. And really what we're doing here is we're distributing a negative 1 is a way to view it. So negative 1 distributed in gets us a positive 2x to the third. A negative 1 distributed in gets us a negative 9x squared. See that it's the same thing as subtracting a negative 2x to the third is positive 2x to the third. And subtracting 9x squared, that's what we get. And then the first part is just going to stay the same. So we're just going to rewrite it. Now we're going to combine our like terms. So looking at this, I see these are x to the thirds. So I'm going to combine those. And negative 45 plus 2. I see 6x squared and a negative 9x squared. So when I put those together, I get negative 3x squared. And then the last piece is minus 2x, and I'm finished. When I think of this, I think of subtraction as being subtracting everything. What I would recommend you doing is trying to make that connection to understanding of what does subtraction actually mean on these problems, or what does addition mean, and what's a way that you can remember